It's ours now. We have to make it for those to come. Even to think of it makes one long to begin." "But we shall not be here." "Others will." He laughed, and went on his way, still singing. "Perhaps the artist will tell me something," she thought, and went up to him. "Have you painted many pictures?" she asked. "No," he answered. "I have painted none that are worth remembering yet, but I shall some day." "How do you know?" she asked curiously. "Because I love the world so much," he answered. "It is very beautiful." He sighed. "I should despair of my own self, but that love makes one so strong. It helps one to do all things." "Why do you want to paint pictures?" she asked. "Pictures are messages of light in dark places," he answered. "I want to tell the story of the world's beauty to the cities, so that some of those who live and work, and have seldom time to rest, and never time to journey, may wander to its fairest places and know them in their hearts." The girl's face became eager as she listened. She felt some dim understanding, and yet why should he care for unknown people in unseen cities? "And can you do it? Can you make pictures that will do this? And where did you get the power?" "I worked for it. I am working for it still, and some day I shall succeed, as all who love their work well must." "Love? What has that to do with it?" "One must love one's work," he answered. "For whatever a man loves he can create, and the work of his hands is that in which his soul delighteth." "There is some use in love that makes the world prettier or better," she said. "I understand that. But there is none in love, an end of which is parting and sorrow." "The one is the outcome of the other," he said. "As death is the consequence of life, so is sorrow the outcome of joy, the price we pay for it somehow or at some time." "But if that is so," the girl said, "surely you should bear your sorrows in silence, and not cry out as if your happiness had been over dear." "Ah," said the painter, taking up his brush, "that is an easy thing to say, and a sorry one to hear." And then he began to work, and the girl went towards the hill. "I will go home," she said to herself. "I am no wiser than when I came." She passed a cottage at the foot of the hill. An old woman sat by the door knitting. Suddenly the girl stopped. "May I come and rest a bit, mother?" she asked. "Yes, my child," the woman answered, and she took the girl into the cottage and made her sit down by the fire, and gave her food and drink, and watched her while she rested. Suddenly the girl looked up. "Mother," she said, "I have been wandering through the little town looking at the people, only at the outside of their lives, and hearing just their most careless words. Tell me, what does it all mean? Why do they go on eager for life which is often a burden, and for money which none can hold long?" "Where have you come from that you ask these things?" "I came over the hill this morning from a cottage just outside the world, and so I have no share in the world. I am just a spectre. But what does it all mean? The hate and the love, the joy and the sorrow, the forever seeking of happiness that must forever turn to woe in the end." "Surely we should be content to take our share of work and sorrow and pain. We that take the world's life and light and shelter and sunshine, shall we bear nothing in return?" the woman said in surprise. "And money? Does money bring you happiness, that you seek for it, and bear so much for its sake?"
"Seldom enough, dear, unless it finds other things to keep it company. There is nothing so overrated in all the world as money," the woman said.
"Why do so many seek it?"
"I cannot tell, dear lass, for I never had it nor desired it. But some is necessary, and we should be willing to work for our share of it. But more than that I cannot understand. Why it is so precious and so difficult to win, where so many are willing to work for it, is one of the strange things one has to think about. There are many better things than money. It is 1,000 pities so much good time is wasted in seeking it."
"Why do people desire to work? Is it for honour?"
"The best workers think only of their work," the woman answered, "and whether it will be good for the world and in itself, or of what it will do for others, not what it will do for themselves."
"And love?"
"Ah," the woman said quickly, "out of good love and good work has the world grown up. From them and through them we possess all good things. To love well and to work well are the two things to desire in life, for all other things are in their gift. To the lovers and the students we owe all things."
"But the world is not made up of those, dear mother. There are soldiers and lawgivers and many others."
"They have been lovers and students first."
The girl did not ask how this might be, for she thought of the words of the painter and quoted, "For whatever a man loves he can create, and the work of his hands is that in which his soul delighteth." And dimly she was beginning to understand. "Why do people desire to do good work for the world which they hardly know and have scarcely seen?" she asked.
"The world is ourselves," the woman answered. "It is the thing we make it, and we can all help to choose what manner of things we shall be for those who come after us. Even the least of us can help to root out sin and make unkindness strange, and some one life better because ours has been. Oh, my dear," she cried passionately, "if I could but hope that you and I may think this and know it before the day comes when our hands shall be folded, and only our work shall say that we have lived."
But the girl looked on, still wondering. "How did you come to think and know all these things?" she asked.
"I have been alone so long," the woman answered, "just sitting by the fire and thinking. But why are you going? Stay a little longer if you will, lassie."
"It's a long way over the hill," the girl answered, "and I must go home to the cottage." As she spoke she looked back longingly at the little town, and at the smoke rising up from the houses in which the people rejoiced and sorrowed and worked and lived out their simple lives. Then suddenly she looked up at the woman. "Good-bye, dear mother," she said. "It is a strange thing, but I would give the world to put my arms around your neck and kiss you just once."
"Why don't you?" the woman asked gently.
"I cannot," the girl answered. "Something holds me back. I am just a spectre. I have no part in the world, and cannot understand the things of which it cares so much."
"But why is that?"
"Oh, mother, I have no heart, and I live outside the world, and have no share or part in it. Its joys and sorrows alike pass me by and are never mine.